Look at that. Starting a few seconds early. We even got the mic and the desktop sound working for you guys today because I'm a professional streamer today. Welcome, Wiss, Mimikyu Fan, Brock, Shark Lord, and by Swayze. Got a good crowd starting off. Love it. Applause? Not gonna lie, Shark Lord. I read that as applesauce. Not even gonna lie. Time for grass cutting simulator. Yeah. Grass simulator indeed. It's a good simulator. My favorite one. Doing well. Doing well. How about you, Wes? Had a pretty good day at work. Made a few extra dollars on top of my base pay. So basically, I made probably close to an extra $2 an hour today after our incentive pays out and whatnot. So it's a pretty good day. I don't usually get to do that. Usually my job keeps me so busy that I don't even have time to think about the extra stuff. But it's been nice recently. You're picking up some Emerald copies, but had a dream that Emerald was released on the Switch and it tanked the market. Listen, if BDSP is anything to go off of whatsoever, there will be a minor dip in the market. A minor one. And then it will explode. The thing about them is, people aren't after those cartridges so they can experience the game for the first time. They're after those cartridges so they can re-experience the joy of the games on nostalgia level. Or collect them. The Virtual Console will not have a big impact on their market. Grinding so much that you accidentally discover a secret ending where you get arrested for causing the bug Pokemon to become extinct in Viridian. You know, that is the goal at this point. There shall be no bug Pokemon left in Kanto when this run is over. And there will be an extreme Pikachu shortage. I have terrible news. I must go and check on my baby because I think I hear him. I think he woke up. There's going to be an extreme Pokemon shortage, potentially. I'll be right back. Until then, enjoy, be back soon. Maybe. have potentially good news, but it's also potentially terribly disconcerting news. The good news is the stream gets to go on. Both of my babies are currently asleep, which leads to the terrible and potentially disconcerting portion of the news. There was very distinctly a baby squealing in my apartment. So I don't know what that's all about, but it wasn't my kids. So if I'm dead tomorrow, that's why my apartment seems to have become haunted with baby squeals. Or it's my upstairs neighbor. One of the two. Got 2 Mimikyu, 2 Golem, 2 Executor, and 2 Grimer trading out. Nice. Got some extra shiny trades. There you go. Or I'm hallucinating it very possibly. Also, for those that were here for the last stream, it did get demonetized. In fact, it got blocked way hard. So hard that it's not even visible on my channel. So I have to do some editing to get out those pieces of the song. Pretty sad. But yeah, completely blocked globally. Because one of the songs, Sony didn't like being in it. I am one of those people. If the Pokemon does not have my OT as shiny, it is basically worth nothing to me. Because it means I didn't spend the time hunting it. I also don't trust surprise trades. Having formed a channel based on Pokemon giveaways for shiny Pokemon that are generated, like, I would not be okay with surprise traded Pokemon. It does make me wonder if the Switch 2 is finally going to be the system that Nintendo makes hack-proof. At least simply. I'm sure no matter what they do, somebody will always be able to hack into the hardware itself, but through easy ways, probably not. Then again, there was the whole Wii, so people may just have to get more creative. Everything is indeed hackable. Not happening, Brock, at all, in the slightest. I hope they won't charge for online subscriptions. Ha! There's a fat chance of that happening. Actually, probably not even a fat chance. It's probably just like not even a chance. Would be a better way of phrasing that. No, they're going to push the envelope of online gaming. They're going to push the subscriptions to Nintendo Network Online. What I do hope that they include is a achievement system as well as a chat system. Like, don't have it have to use a smartphone to be able to chat with people or voice call with people while you're playing their games. They need to just do that crap natively. if they could have a party chat for the next Pokemon game, that would be crazy. Yeah, especially if they want to push us doing raids. Like, could you imagine doing raids worldwide with the ability to turn on your microphone and actually talk to people and be like, yo, peeps, this is our strategy. Let's go. You know, I'm going to tank. You guys go on attack. It would be freaking fabulous. Or, hey, team, let's maybe not choose this Pokemon to raid with. Imagine communication from a communications company. Which is actually why, it's the main reason why Pokemon went with Nintendo as a company. To, like, Pokemon was not built for Nintendo. And Game Freak and Creatures Inc. was not originally affiliated with Nintendo. They approached Nintendo because the Game Boys offered a connectivity function that Pokemon or Creatures Inc. wanted to utilize, and so they formed a team in partnership over that. And it did so well that they just said, okay, we're going to make this permanent. Imagine a Microsoft Pokemon game like on the Xbox. To put this into perspective, y'all, Pokemon is the largest franchise the world has ever seen. Okay? It has sold, from a merchandise perspective, it is the largest franchise the world's ever seen. From a video game perspective, still freaking huge. But when Nintendo did their Tokyo deal, they have the mascot from 4 different games. They have Link from Zelda. They have villagers from Animal Crossing. They have Inkling from Splatoon. And Mario. The fact that Pokemon does not appear on there should tell you volumes about Nintendo as a company. Pokemon is not natively a Nintendo franchise, but the two are just basically synonymous because that's all that's ever been done on them, or for Pokemon, just because it works so well. It's kind of a wild thought to think about, but yeah, Pokemon is not inherently a Nintendo product. Very much still Creatures Inc. and Game Freak. Oh my gosh, that's another reason, by Swayze, why BDSP was so hated, is because the underground feature was separate. Like, it was so much better on the DS. On the freaking DS. It was a better experience for the underground. And that's terrifying to me. Because it really wasn't that hard to beat. And they still failed. But yes. Dedicated servers for each Pokemon game, where we could chat with each other in real time and have fun playing a game together. Or Mario Kart, where you could communicate and yell at each other. It would be amazing. But, oh yeah, I went on a huge tangent, but the point was, Nintendo, more than a video game company, more than a console developer, was known for communications. You think back to Pokemon Crystal, there is a very specific reason why the original Crystal event to get Celebi involved connecting your game to a satellite via a cell phone. Because at the time, Japan was really big on technology. Well, they still are. They're huge on technology. But innovative technology. connecting a cell phone to a tower for a video game was unheard of back in the Game Boy Color eras. This is like 1998. And that was how the Celebi gift was distributed in Japan. You had to have a parent connect your Game Boy Color through a cable to their cell phone so that it could connect to a tower and get information for the giveaway. So it was a communications company in a large sense, so their Game Boys were communicating with each other, and Game Freak just loved that idea for trading Pokemon. You think everyone they're worried about the age gap, etc. when it comes to a game that's for everyone? Yeah, but like Fortnite exists. And don't tell me people actually listen to the game ratings for their children. I know they do. I do know they do. But it doesn't seem like they do. And you're absolutely right. It probably is in respects to the age gap, but they should make it a little bit more manageable and controllable by parents as an option, not just strictly restricting it because of that reason. Because I gave one of my Switches that I could no longer use as a bot to my nephew. I connected it to my Nintendo Network Online as a family member, and so I have parental control access over his Switch. I can tell him when he can talk online for Minecraft, like to chat with people. I can turn that off. I can set time limits on how often he can play, when he can play, and then time range where he can play, basically. And alright, you got 4 hours for the day, use it wisely. So, like, it's very easy to say, okay, I don't want my kid to be able to voice chat with people online, but they can text chat. Or I don't want my kid to be able to chat with anybody online, or I don't want my kid to be online at all. Very easily. Super smart people that could code stuff around your birthday on your account? Yeah. It is also possible. Ooh, that was a good neck crack. But like, more than that, it's a never mind the game restrictive aspect of it. For me, it's the entirety of the console itself not allowing for it, right? So like, I can't add somebody as a friend on my Switch and then go and send them a chat on the Switch, whereas the Wii, that was huge. So for me, it's the fact that we had the capability but then lost it. Like, the Wii and the DS were huge for playing a game and chatting with people worldwide. Like, Animal Crossing, I could invite somebody to my world and text chat with them, and Animal Crossing does allow text chat to this day on the Switch. It's the fact that it's there in some places and gone in others, and Animal Crossing is the most E for everyone game out there. So, it's not that they don't do it exactly, but it's arbitrary in the ways that they choose to do it. Admittedly, voice chat's a little bit different than just a text chat, but I still think the options should be there and just block it out parentally. You know, have parents be involved in what their kids are doing online. The services that I run and others run makes it where you don't have to get the DLCs. You hate DLCs for Pokemon games. The Dynamax stuff was cool, but overall lame. Yeah, I agree. I agree. And yeah, we don't need the DLC exactly. Technically, you never did, as long as you had the Pokemon in your Pokemon home already. Just DLCs make it easier for those that didn't. Back when Pokemon was innovative, scratch that. Back when video games were innovative. Nowadays, it's just everybody trying to be Fortnite, The Last of Us, or Escape from Tarkov, and tries to get you to pay. Yeah. I still can't believe Escape from Tarkov has been in development for as long as it has. Blows my mind. had a buddy that was basically doing his YouTube channel around Escape from Tarkov, and then 2 kids and schooling got him really, really busy really fast. So the dream was given up on. Yeah, I didn't like Dynamax, and I really didn't like the Terror Raids. I am thinking our last Terror Raid will be Shiny Koraidon and Miraidon, though. I'm also really miffed that they elected not to do Shiny Calyrex and like past legendaries as Shiny in this game. Oh, so I've been gathering some stuff for the next game that I'm going to do this. So Gold, Silver, Crystal. I've been completing a Pokedex there so that when I do it on stream, I have a better idea of what exactly I'm in for. And it kind of hit me that I really now want to do a that shiny Gyarados to shiny Mew glitch, or shiny Ditto glitch, I'm sorry, so I can egg hunt on Gold, Silver, and Crystal. Because it's fascinating to me that you can get the odds essentially down to 1 in 64. And I want to do it. You didn't like Dynamax and Gigantamax because it felt dated? Like, let's turn Pokemon into kaiju because people love Monsterverse? Fair. It seemed a bit excessive. I think Mega Evolution was peak, and like they've been trying to recreate that epicness since, and just have failed at doing so. And it's because I don't think you can outdo Mega Evolution. Like, maybe make it less grim and less painful for the Pokemon involved. Like, oh my gosh, we just evolved the 2nd time. Or I guess the 3rd time in some cases. Currently at 1356 on Giratina. It's a respectable number. You're like a 1/6 of the way there. You did 300 resets last night and felt like you shorted yourself? Felt like you could have got more? I do love how fast resets go. Because this is in, like, the best hunts are on the Game Boy. I mean, that's fair. But you are doing it on Platinum, right? Okay, good. It is also unfortunate that you're doing it on Platinum. Because I was hoping you would say, like, Pearl or Diamond so I could mess with you, but it's on Platinum. I was gonna be like, oh no, by Swayze, no! It's only able to be hunted as shiny on Platinum. But you're already doing it on Platinum, so that doesn't work. Resetting on a Game Boy is super fabulous. LR start select. Easy peasy. Gotta go, might come back. Well, if we see you again, we'll see you again. Have a great night, Brock. You never want to hear Giratina cry again? Then there's me over here with like my 437. I'm like, I didn't even think Giratina was that bad. I wasn't even seriously shiny hunting it. I did a lot of it at work though. Actually, I did all of it at work, I lied. I was just derping around taking phone calls at work and pressing buttons in my spare time. And I found it, so shiny hunting at work's pretty awesome. Haven't been able to do that in a long time. Since I got promoted. You're ready to hunt Deoxys on Fire Red? The music is awesome to you? I mean, I would recommend Emerald more than anything, just due to the sheer hacking ability of it, but Fire Red Leaf Green would be a valid experience as well. A more true, honest, shiny hunt also. You're hunting at work as we speak and listening to a stream, evidently. I feel bad though. I've gotten several comments on my channel recently about when the next giveaway is, if people have missed part 5 of my Paldea Dex giveaway, when the next giveaway is going to be, and I've like ignored all of them. You try to only shiny hunt when watching my streams. I respect that. Nothing to make shiny hunting better, like somebody else struggling to find a similar thing. Can start singing some like High School Musical stuff. We're all in this together. Something like that. You love my entertainment and my takes? I do have a few takes. Some of them hot, some of them cold, some of them just right. Make 100 resets feel like 10. Honestly, and that's typically why I only shiny hunt while I'm streaming, is it's so much easier to stream shiny hunting than it is just to grind at it by yourself. Like, just being able to talk with somebody while doing it makes it so much easier. Like, sometimes I shiny hunt off stream because I don't have the ability to stream, so I just turn the game on record and hope that my kids don't yell at the exact moment that I find the shiny, so I can like edit everything out. Oof. I just got hit with a big old wave of tired. But it's that level of tired that I know come bedtime at like 11:30, 12 o'clock, I'm going to be wired and not want to go to sleep. You want to get a AGS Game Boy, but you don't think it worth it? Why have I never heard of an AGS Game Boy? What is that? Oh. A Game Boy Advanced SP? So you want the brighter screen. unfortunately, all Game Boy Advance SPs are AGS. Ooh, did it work? But mine's AGS 101, I think. Wait, no, mine's AGS 001, so I can't toggle it brighter or dimmer. I can only turn it off and on. But you're looking for a AGS 101. Yeah, AGS 101. You're like that at work. When it hits 4 a.m., you're so tired, but by the time you get home at 6, you're wired and can't sleep. Yes, exactly that. Welcome to how I figured out working nights that if I went to sleep at 7 a.m., I would wake up at 10 a.m. no problem every single day. And I could go again until 7 a.m. I did that for months on end. 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. sleep schedule, I was up all the rest of the time. Your sleep schedule is cooked. I believe it. It's definitely hard to work nights and have a social life or a sleep schedule or anything else. I did overnights for a little bit after being married. I cannot do overnights again. It would take a very serious financial burden to make me work overnights again. I could not do it. And it has nothing to do with, you know, missing time away from the kids or not being able to sleep because they'll be up when I'm trying to sleep. No, it's just out of principle. I could never do it again. $7 a.m. to 6 p.m. 4 days a week isn't the worst part. It's having time before 4 p.m. and have plans. Oh, I believe it. Yeah. I figured you meant 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Yeah, I enjoy the work overnights. That's not a big deal to me. Well, for the most part. I did overnight stalking. That was terrible. Most recently I did overnight stalking. It was like 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Absolutely dreadful. And I did that a couple nights a week. But most recently it was more... It wasn't that the work absolutely sucked, it's that the work sucked and what my brain was doing to me while doing the work sucked. No! I didn't mean to use that! Oh gosh, dang it. That was a waste of $200. That hurts so much, just doing that. So, stalking overnights was easy. You know, I did really good at that. What I failed at was I would only get to do that from like 7 a.m. to 3, or 7 p.m. to 3 a.m. And then from 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. I was zoning. Turning labels around, pulling items to the front. And I hated every minute of it, every second. It was just like, stabbing my eyeballs with a nail. I hate zoning. And for a good 3 days, it was zoning from like midnight to 7 in the morning. Just 7 hours straight of rotating labels. And like, it doesn't bother a lot of people because what they do is they just do the first 3 cans and they rotate them. No, I know what it's supposed to be like, and I have been a department manager at Walmart before. So like, my OCD would legitimately take over, and I would do a 4-foot section in the time somebody would do an aisle because I would make sure everything is lined up perfectly. And I just could not go faster than that. And so they were always getting pissed at me because I was a very slow zoner, and that's mostly what they wanted me to do. I'm like, guys, I've been a department manager. I can't go faster than this, or else we're wasting everybody's time. I'm going to do it right. Oh yeah, you're absolutely right, by Swayze. So satisfying to look at when it's done, but it takes me an eternity to do it. But no, I did overnight asset protection. That crap was a blast. I just walked around the store and jammed out to music the whole night. Caught some shoplifters. It was amazing. I loved it. I did overnight stocking before I was a department manager, and I would only have to zone for the last hour, 30 minutes to an hour of my shift back then. That was tolerable. I love that. I constantly broke their numbers. Like, it was great. What else have I done overnight working for? Oh, while I was on online grocery pickup, I worked overnights for a little bit for Black Friday, and they just told me what I needed to go pick for the day, and I just spent the whole night working by myself picking. However, that one I was married, and that was my second most recent experience with overnight work. And for me, both times it really wasn't the work. It was what my brain was doing to me while I was working. I was constantly worried about my wife being at home alone at night, and things like that. The most recent time I had a kid too, so I was constantly worried about what he was doing while I was gone at work and how he was behaving for my wife. And I hated being away because I was 25, 30 miles away from where they were, and it just constantly nagged at me. Like, if something happens, I cannot get there faster than 30 minutes, and it just ate at me working overnights. Have a little stepping stool. Yeah, I had a whole freaking ladder. Are you kidding me? I'm short. Oh, that's good. You have family living right next to you guys. You used to be a teacher and you'd make lessons about Pokemon. I vaguely seem to recall you saying something along those lines, but it's been a very, very long time. Yep, I do remember that part. You ran a Pokemon club. Yeah, I remember you telling me that one. Based it off math. pay didn't demand the stress. Oh, I hardly doubt it. Yeah, like, I can barely handle my 2 kids. Props to those teachers that can handle 30 kids bull crap at once. Couldn't be me. Imagine 40. Yeah. No, thank you. And then taking care of the wife after. Gonna be real honest, because I'm pretty sure my wife will never come back and watch this. Sometimes taking care of the wife is harder than taking care of the 2 kids. That being said, the kids are really easy to please. Turn on Bluey, give them some snacks, and they're good to go. You don't have kids, but you agree. Fair enough. No, my wifey coin is generally pretty reasonable, but there was some time during pregnancy and after where it was nightmarish to deal with. But I think that happens for pretty much everybody. I'm sure I wasn't a peach either, but you're planning to have one in the next year or 2 and can't wait for them to pick their starter. Oh, it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. What I highly do not recommend doing is 2 under 2. Yeah, outside of the cost, doing what I did cost like almost $600 to $1,000. Doing the original 3 with a Pikachu would be probably the most efficient and cost effective. But doing a choice between all of them to have them choose the worst one is disheartening. You might do Gen 3 and be selfish. I support this. Put 2 Mudkips. Make it 3. Alright, choose your starter. Mudkip, Mudkip, or Mudkip. It's called the illusion of choice. And then celebrate. Yeah, when my wife and I first started talking about having kids, like, we knew going into it that we were going to try to have 2 pretty close together. We wanted there to be a 1 to 2 year gap, a year at least, 2 years at most, and we hit it right in the middle at 18 months. But the reason was my brother had 5 years on me and put the smack down on me every single day until I was 17. I didn't have a chance. I wanted my kids, like, you know what? If we have a boy first, we need to have our second kid pretty close after, because I want them to be close enough in age that they can stand a fighting chance and not get the tar smacked out of them, because they're gonna fight. We can at least make it as fair as possible. But it's, in doing so, I feel like we robbed ourselves of the appreciation of both kids a little bit, because we're constantly in a battle with ourselves of, oh, you know, baby coin isn't quite where copper coin is. We kind of wish copper coin was back to how he was when he was baby coin, all that fun stuff. You know, just now copper coin's growing up really fast and we don't have time to super appreciate his little milestones and his growth and his personality, because we're worried about baby coin, or we don't have a lot of time to devote to baby coin because copper coin's always getting into everything. And so baby coin's kind of getting neglected a little bit, we feel like, and it's just parent guilt. But you know, you go back and forth between the two. One of them's ripping through stuff so fast and the other one is content to be by himself, doesn't seem to care. So it's just hard to balance their ages right now, whereas if we would have waited one more year so that copper coin would have been 3, I think it would have been a little bit better, because we wouldn't be constantly getting him out of things. He would have a little bit better understanding of cause and effect. But we did it to ourselves. I think when we finally get to sleep regularly again, there will be no way that we're wanting to go back to having a baby for a good while, because like I am so thrilled. Like my body's finally breaking, guys. Like last week, the main reason why there hasn't been a video for 2 weeks, 2 Sundays now, probably closer to 3, I don't know, is because I've been hopping in bed at 10. If I'm not streaming, like I'm in bed by 9 o'clock. Just like my body is telling me I have burnt the candle at both ends for far too long. If I'm not streaming that day, I've basically been crawling in the bed, turning on anime the second the kids go to bed. Been doing dishes and chores until they go to bed, just to keep the apartment and house clean. But yeah, the second they go to bed, it's like, alright, I'm out. I'm going to bed. Oh. Whirlwind is not an attacking move, guys. I'm pretty sure I already did Ivysaur. You're 26 and your bro is 10? You call him the miracle baby? Yeah, that's a good amount of time between siblings. That's a long time. Yeah, there's a 5-year age gap between me and my brother because I was a welcome surprise. I was not intended. You were a senior? No, but my parents are kind of glad they had me, because I didn't give them any problems when I was growing up. Like, none whatsoever. My brother and sister pulled all sorts of crap. Anything under the sun. And I was just content to just play video games, keep to myself, and not do much of anything. Okay, I gotta go check on a baby real fast. I went to go check on the baby, and the toddler is the one that lost his crap and woke up. That was an interesting experience. Does Ivysaur evolve at level 34? Even better. What's the biggest challenge with having kids? With having a kid, I think the biggest challenge would be the adjustment to having a kid. You know, lots of learning that goes in with it. What to feed them when, how to get them to do certain things. You know, just overall learning. But the adjustment to I can only do certain things. Like, I need nap time to happen so that I can sit down and enjoy a game, or I need nighttime to happen so I could sit down and enjoy a game type stuff. You know, just having your day revolve around another human entirely. That was hard. With my oldest specifically, with Coppercoin, a good portion of it was we babied him too much And so for his first like 4 months, he slept either on us or in our bed with us. So like I took 6 weeks of work off, and so for the first 6 weeks I would just hold him and sleep, and then it got to the point where we were just going to bed and he would sleep in between my wife and I, because we couldn't put him in his bassinet or his crib after that. He would not sleep in it. So in order to get any sleep at all, we had to sleep with him. So my wife and I would take turns. We would alternate nights. Night A, I was up with him until, basically 4 in the morning, making sure he was sleeping and she could get sleep. And then she would take 4 a.m. to 8 a.m., whatever. Or she would wake up every time he cried night A, and then I'd wake up every time he cried night B, and so we could alternate sleep. The biggest challenge was having 2 kids is we can't do that. She has to wake up every single night to pump, to feed the kid, and I have to get up to get him fed and take care of the toddler so that she can get some sleep. Otherwise, she's up every 2 hours instead of every 4 hours, and I'm up every 4 hours instead of sleeping through the night. So like, we're really excited for him to be weaned off of bottles at a year, which happens in like 5 months. We're so stoked for that, so that we can start alternating again. Hands down, the biggest challenge with having kids, multiple, is the lack of sleep, because that stems into everything. I'm lacking sleep, my wife's lacking sleep, so we're both more on edge, irritable, and there's like no time for us as a couple at all. And it's very hard to make time, because not only do we have that issue going on with lack of sleep, but because we both work full-time jobs and we don't pay for daycare, we work at altering times, so we're constantly juggling kids back and forth. So if I'm home, she's usually at work. If I'm at work, she's usually home. And then there's a little bit of overlap where the kids go to my parents' house to be babysat for 3 hours until I get off work. So we see each other like maybe 15 hours a week, and we're tired and crabby during that time, so it's not enjoyable time together. We're just like trying not to rip each other's heads apart. So that's the hardest part. Lack of sleep leading to fighting. But the kids are cute. It's worth it on occasion to just be like, oh, they're doing people things. Look at that. And oh, they're being super sweet. I like that. So it happens, but sometimes we get to use time off to take a day off together. The holidays recently have been helpful with that. Me working banking hours is helpful because it's allowed more time off recently. And here in February, I'm taking some time off, which will be nice. And my wife took some time off for my birthday and stuff, so yeah, it's a lot of feeling like we don't get to go on dates anymore, because on top of having to find somebody to watch the kids while we do that, she still has to cart pumping stuff back and forth. So it's like, by the time we get everything prepared to go and do something, it's like, do we even want to go anymore? Is it going to be enjoyable, or should we just like veg at home and do nothing? What I would say, it's pretty worth it. come June, July, I bet it'll be a lot more worth it. Wait. Oh, Wiss, I didn't know. I thought you already had your base. That's pretty cool that it arrived. I thought you'd been playing this whole time. You've messed something? Missed something? Did you forget to buy an amp? Did you forget to buy a guitar pick? Kind of. $14.40. Hey, that's some improvement. That's like 100 encounters more than last time. You forgot to buy the cable to connect your base to the amp? Ah. That's unfortunate. Going to 1500 and calling it a night. But the night is still young. Here you go, Wes. I got you, man. You can use this cable. It's by Roland, so you know it's good. Did I hear that Nintendo just announced their PS4 competitor? I did. How much longer is this stream going for? Because this last hour went by super fast. I am planning for another 43-ish minutes. Gonna try to end at 10, get a few tasks done around the house, and go to bed. Yeah, JJ, I actually made a good, like, I want to say $15-ish off of them announcing that. I bought some Nintendo stock, and well, I repurchased Nintendo stock, I should say, and then the stock started going up in anticipation of the announcement trailer they did for it on the 16th, and then the second the announcement trailer came out, I sold. Big money. Yeah. I made $1 off of each stock. So, like, it isn't a lot of money, but percentage-wise, it was huge. Like, I paid $14 for it. I sold it for like $15.10. So, yeah, the second I got done watching that video, that announcement trailer, I went and sold, and then the stocks tanked, and they tanked, and there was a day while it was at its low where I was like, you know what, I should really buy that again, because it got to a point where it was lower after it. Well, I bought it like $14. It went up to like $15.10. I sold it, so I made $1.10 off the sale, times 15, and then it tanked again to a point lower than $14. Using rough numbers, those weren't exactly the numbers by any means, but it was like $14.40, $15.60, somewhere around there. But either way, the stock got lower than I had initially bought it for, and I was like, you know what, I should buy it again. But then I talked myself out of it because like, I'm pretty sure it's going to get lower. And it did. It did get lower. It just happened so fast of it going lower than rebounding back up again that I didn't get to buy it. I wish I would have, because I would have bought it for like $13.80 equivalent, and then it would have been worth $15.80 again, so I could have sold it for like another $2 increase. But, you know... Oh... Yeah, so JJ, Nintendo is sold on the Japanese stock exchange. So basically the stocks that I'm buying, there's Nintendo, like NTDO is what its ticker is in Japan, NTDO. And that one's like $50, $60 a share, right? What I have to buy is Nintendoy, NTDOY, which basically means that a company has bought stock in Nintendo to then sell on the American market, and they're done at a fraction. So they'll buy one Nintendo stock, and then they'll fraction it into like 4 fraction stocks. So I'm buying a $15 fraction stock is basically how it's working out. Like, it's still just as legitimate, but I don't get any voting rights on Nintendo because I don't actually own Nintendo. I own a fraction stock. But yeah, I think it's like actually at about probably $70 a share right now. They're talking about the Switch 2 announcement trailer. But yeah, I've made $26 this month off of Nintendo stock, just buying and selling it when I think it's gonna do what it does. And so far I've been right. Haven't been as lucky as I'd like and made as much as I'd like, but I've been right about most things. Interestingly enough, I did the math. I have $238 invested in Robinhood right now. 138 of that is profit from buying and selling. So I've been doing this since September. I put $100 in just to buy Nintendo stock, and it was like starting off with 6 or 7 stocks. Now, granted, when I feel like it was really going to do something cool in a big way, I put like $1,000 in at some points and then sold it and took that money out. But I've been monitoring like how much I've actually put into it cash wise and how much I've profited and increased. Yeah, I've doubled my amount and then some. Just because like, oh hey, I bought this stock at like $12. Well, we'll go $13. I bought this stock at $13 base. Well, for whatever reason, they did something stupid, and now the stock's down to $11.50. I own 15 stocks. I'm going to buy 15 more, so that instead of my stock price being at $13 a share, I'm buying it at $11.50. That means $12.25 is now my average cost per share. So anything above that, I can sell and make money. and then it would get back up to like $13, so I would sell because that was my baseline, and now I'm making like $1.25 off of each of those stocks, and then I turn around and wait for it to drop again and buy more. So that's been really, really fun. Really, really fun. I sound super boring, but it's been cool to do. I would be surprised if it was less than 400. I'm thinking 400's a baseline, but I would tilt more towards probably 450. 500 if they're doing a game with it. But I'm thinking that they'll try to stick to 450 as a bundle price, because the PS5 is $500, and I don't think they want to try and I think they want to undercut those prices. I think they're going to strive for 450 so that it's a deal. I don't know if you should get 2 more copies of Emerald or GBA Game Shark. I would probably go with a GBA Game Shark personally, as opposed to additional copies of Emerald, because like I know it's a cool buy and trade market, buy and sell potential, but like I really can't fathom a single cartridge of that game going above $150. So like it's something to sit on, but unless like they're graded or factory sealed or, you know, a brand new copy, like I just really can't think in my collector ability. I don't think I would spend over 150 on a GBA cart. Granted, I have them, so I'm maybe a little biased. And I spent $200 on the bonus disc Jirachi, so like I've spent more for less, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, I just don't think I could fork out that much for a Game Boy cart. Recently sold on eBay, going for 200. Yeah, I mean, I guess the market's there for it. If you can get it for like $100, I would say probably worth it. But yeah, I guess it all depends on what your buy price is. Good night, Wiss. Where is my phone? You flipped 5 or so recently and pocket around 350. Oh, dang, dude, that's epic. I love that for you. Yeah, so I have $257 in my Robinhood app. Of that 257, 135.40 has been profit. So that means I've put in about $122. Just get dry batteries, fix them, or get new labels and put them for $215 your best offer, and take $190 plus. Wait, how much are you buying these dry battery carts for? Because I figured that most people that have Emerald carts that are selling them would replace the battery first because it makes a difference in sell price. Oh dang. $200. If you can, under 140, not the best margins, but if you can snipe them, it's worth it. Yeah, I bet. Pokemon Emerald version, Nintendo Game Boy Advance, authentic game, $40. Highly freaking doubt that. It's gotta be the AliExpress version. Yeah, something like that. So many fakes because if you put reproductions, it will take your listing down. Yeah. They used a legitimate picture, though. It is funny seeing the fake labels and be like, you guys serious? That is not what a... No. That's crazy. Yeah, it has like... Right now it has 10 available, yeah. Yeah, it's so bad. Either they fell for the dupe or they don't care. Oh yeah, I'm seeing a crap ton of repros on here. It's crazy. I'll stick to Facebook Marketplace and pawn shops. Wild. Check Discord if I can. Yeah, I see some Pokemon Ruby going for 85 bucks. Wild. You know what? Can I use select on this? There we go. Oh, that's a That's a wild Game Shark. That's pretty cool. I love the backlit Game Boy they're showcasing too. It's pretty dope. Oh, yeah. Back to Robin Hood for a second. Currently, Nintendo's trolling at like $15.63. I wanted to drop back down to 15 so I can buy it again, because like I have no doubt when they actually launch the Switch 2 it'll go up, or like I want to get it in my arsenal again before February, because I suspect there'll be more news, and then in April there'll definitely be more news. But I'm waiting for things to die down a little bit before jumping on the bandwagon there. They sent an offer of $237. Not terrible. I mean, I myself would have a hard time paying that much for a Game Shark, just because of all the modding capabilities I have. But if you were interested in collecting it, I would think that it would be worth it for the memorabilia standpoint. Can't believe it took me so long to get through 3 Pokemon worth. Oops, the box is full. No, I should still have a Nidoran mail. My bad. I'm like, what is going on? Why is that there? The ones for the DS are expensive too? Oh yeah. Action replay. Oop, I almost forgot to heal up. Would have been anticlimactic. What if I switched to a model of, instead of running out of all my moves before coming to the Pokemon Center, what if I just switched so that I level up a certain Pokemon before coming back? I doubt it would make too much of a difference. But one thing I do know, while this Nidoran's low level, I'm going to get some trade fodder again. Yep, I had an action replay for the DS once. That's how I got my Darkrai and my Shaman. So I have like an online high yield account that was netting me like $3 a month before the interest rates started dropping. And what I was doing with that like $3 a month was I was using that to funnel into my Robinhood app to use it to buy stocks and stuff. There's so much stuff that you want but need to save for Pokemon Box. Oh my gosh, yes, do it. Pokemon Box can get you a Pokemon if I remember right. I forget which one it is though. Good night, JJ. Thanks for popping in. Oh, I guess I don't have to worry about catching anything for a while, so I don't need to go change my box just yet. Oh, I didn't really want to do that. I hate Switch training. Really, really bad. And I've also come to the conclusion that I'm going to need a lot more than 30 episodes since it's taken 10 to even get past Brock. And it's going to take probably 15 to get past Brock. Definitely underestimated the number of episodes I was going to need for this. Go, Nidoran! I'm still holding down the B button because I'm trying to run, I guess. It's not being very effective. I was holding down the B button because I thought it made it easier. Box shouldn't be going for 1500. So what is Pokemon Box? Because like I know it was extra. It was like Pokemon Bank but on the GameCube. Just a place where you could put your Pokemon. But there's something with it. There's a reason why people want it, and it's not just for collection purposes. Like, it does something else. I swear. Okay, but why did I just find a copy of it? Oh, PAL UK version, that's why. Like, why did I find one for $2.50? You get Jirachi and Celebi from the bonus disc. You couldn't even think of a worthwhile reward. You get a memory card. Oh, bonus eggs. When a certain number of Pokemon are deposited from a game cartridge, an additional Pokemon egg will be deposited. The Pokemon that hatches will know a special move that it would not learn normally, and that cannot be passed down through breeding. The deposited Pokemon do not all need to have the same original trainer ID number, but must be transferred from the same cartridge into Pokemon Box. This means in cases where a player has access to multiple games, all of the Pokemon can be transferred to one, then moved into Pokemon Box. A player can get one of each egg per GBA save file. All 4 eggs can be hatched shiny in the same save file which received them. The Pokemon that are available from special eggs are Swablu, Zigzagoon, Skitty, and Pichu. That's a reason. Not so much that they didn't sell well. From what this just told me was that they were only available at Pokemon Center New York and the Pokemon website, and in Europe via a Pokemon Coliseum bundle. So it's like more that they didn't sell at all. They just weren't available. Not to mention it's useless, but you know, whatever. No, what I want to buy is some more Wavebird controllers and receivers for my other 3 GameCubes. Ooh, I have a part coming from my GameCube in the mail. I had to order a new disc spinny thing to fix my black GameCube that I bought for $60. So I mean, the price all evens out to $100, but it's unfortunate that I had to fix it to begin with. At least I'm hoping this does fix it, because if not, I'm just going to have an extra disk drive lying around and have to buy a GameCube. Your Japanese GameCube and Emerald should be here soon. That's what's up. Like, I want to get to the point where I can shiny hunt on my GameCube through Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald all at once. Like, I want to run 4 GameCubes to Shiny Hunt with one controller, because you can do that. Oh, there you go, by Swayze. That's pretty cool. Found somebody that can edit save files and whatnot. I love that for you. Just got to get the disc now, the Game Boy Player disc. Ah, Celebi bonus disc. Wait, did you not buy one with Pokemon Coliseum? No, just the base version, didn't even think about it. Yeah, I bought one that came with the Celebi bonus disc. It was like $20. Actually, on second thought, don't want to burn my health up too fast. Bonus disc going for $150 at the moment. I think I got my Pokemon Coliseum for $100. I'll go check. Pokemon Yellow for $63. Japanese Black for $30. Japanese Gold for $65. Japanese Emerald for $104. Oh, nope. Nope, I lied. $183 for Japanese Coliseum with bonus disc. And $31 for a Wavebird controller, $63 for the wireless receiver. I feel like the receivers are everywhere, but the controllers were expensive. How did that get switched? I paid $132 for a Pokemon Crystal, and then $30 for a Japanese Crystal. A little bit funny there. My cart sounds like your watch list. Already been there, bought that. Or my purchases. Yeah, those were my purchases. Most of those are in that case right there. I bought Japanese Crystal because like I wanted to participate in the original Celebi event, but then I was like, I could go through all that trouble to simulate that, but what would be the point if I can't really natively get it off the cartridge? Like I could, but at that point it would be the same as a VC. It's like gambling. It's the thrill of buying and knowing that you won the bid. Yeah, bidding on things at eBay is very similar to the thrill of the high that comes from gambling. Don't forget to save. Indeed, since I wasted a solid Pokeball today. I still haven't even taken that Switch out of its box yet. I opened the box because my wife needed some Nintendo Switch Online. I shouldn't have done it though, but whatever, I did. Hey, Asan, welcome. Just grinding away some levels. Continuing the Professor Oak Extreme Living Dex Challenge. No, I'm playing on my 3DS. Aaron Queen, welcome! Donating a $6.99 through Super Chat.
Did Pikachu say when he was really hungry?
What did Pikachu say when he was really hungry? He said Pikachu. That is very fair, actually. I will do my best. Thanks, Asan. Oh yeah, we're gonna have as much fun as we possibly can with grinding levels. Yeah, that's a very fair answer for Pikachu to say. I would like to say yes, it is, but I haven't gotten a toddler to take a decent nap for me so I can actually get the video made. And I have not yet been able to stay up late enough to do it while he's sleeping. So, video time frame to be determined. Really, it is just my kid won't sleep at a time when I can be awake to do the video. given that tomorrow I don't have a video to make and I don't have a stream to do, I'm hoping tomorrow night I can at least record the giveaway video. Because, yeah, I am quite late on that one. You have 2 kids yourself? Nice. Yeah. Yeah, that's the problem. It wouldn't be so hard if I had just the one, but I have 2, so they're not sleeping at the same times right now. Because one will cry and wake up the other one, and then the other one will be pounding on crap and wake up the other one, and yeah, it's dreadful. That and, like, the videos have been doing very terribly recently, like less than 1,000 views. So, been very hard to put the energy into making them when they net like $5 a video. It's a lot of work. Like, I'm pretty sure Aaron's Super Chat just did more than my last giveaway video in YouTube revenue. Because the last one's like 800 views or some crap like that. And it really is because it's not searchable, and I don't know how to make it searchable. Like, it's not like Manaphy giveaway where people are going to flock in for it. It will pick back up. I hope so, because the rate it's going is the channel's going to be dead before the new console even comes out. Like, for whatever reason, on top of not getting too many views on the giveaway videos, the channel's just been bleeding subscribers left and right. Like, I can't believe I'm down 20,190 some odd. It is not dinner time, kitty. Like, it would be nice, you know, if the kids were able to go to school and I could sit down and do videos, and like, I'm gonna be real honest. Like, I would like to continue to do this and grow the channel and have it be a huge thing. But I'm not so certain that I can make it on the fumes until they go to school so that I can have those days off during the week to make videos. Like, I would like to say when the kids are in school, I'll be able to have a little bit more time to devote to content creation. But in that same vein, like, that's 4 years out, 5 years out. I don't see myself doing this in 5 years under the current growth regimen, if that makes sense. Like, I want to be doing it in 5 years still, but unless something changes drastically and I'm able to devote more time to doing the videos, I can't see myself doing this in 5 years under the current conditions. You've made it through your first entire stream? Yeah, basically. Because, it is past time to get off. But, thanks, Hassan. I'm thinking there'll be another bounce back when the kids get easier to take care of, and I get a little bit more sleep and more energy here in the next 5 months. Like, I really do think that we can have a rebound in the summertime. But, We'll slaughter this last Nidoran. I will save the game, and I will end the stream here. Oh yeah, I know about my Swayze, absolutely. And I appreciate you guys just popping in, hanging out, and chatting. Like, that's why I do this. Primarily, like, getting to interact with everybody is awesome. But, thank you guys, and I will be doing this, hopefully, again soon. If we're lucky, Friday night, but for sure Saturday night I'll be doing this exact thing. But, we'll see if I get to do some during nap times and bedtimes throughout the week. You wouldn't have half the knowledge if it wasn't for me. Well, thank you. I love to impart the knowledge. But we'll catch you guys next time.